Yo, so I'm back in the motherfucking house for another edition of F-ya-Motha. So this is an update. They found the killer of the Cash App founder, Nima Momini. Another tech executive killed him. So this is either a scorned lover, because it is San Francisco, or I don't know, man. Tech gurus is banging on each other. Like, everybody trying to join in the melee. First it was rappers, then it was comedians, now it's tech executives. I don't know, man. Maybe niggas is trying to kill each other for the Fed Now app. Maybe the feds put him up to it. He probably got framed. I don't know. But in any event, this episode, we're going to talk about the demonization of Freaknik, or the demonization of the black man at Freaknik.
A lot of noise is being made about this Freaknik documentary. A whole bunch of people talking about whose names and faces and voices and bodies are going to show up on this video from the 90s. And most of the conversation is about whether or not women will be exposed on this documentary, whether people's mamas and girlfriends and wives and daughters are going to show up in a Freaknik documentary. And I hear you. But that's the wrong issue. Look, I was outside in the 90s. I've been to Freaknik as an aspiring young journalist covering the story, of course. And when I was there, I saw what was happening. It's not just about women being half naked. It's not about women's hypersexuality. No, Freaknik is about men ogling, men fondling. Freaknik had a lot to do with male hypermasculinity and sexual violence. Freaknik is a rape fest. It is a sexual assault fest. That's not the only thing going on out there. I'm not trying to demonize or pathologize black people. But if we're talking about the worst parts of Freaknik, it wasn't about the actions of women. It was about the disgusting actions of us men. And so when you watch Freaknik, you don't need to be worried about mama, daughter, sister, girlfriend. You need to be worried about brother, son, husband, or yourself, and whether or not you were engaged in some of the worst parts of patriarchal culture, whether you were part of the worst parts of rape culture and misogyny and sexual violence. When we talk about Freaknik and the way we talk about Freaknik, it's a representation of all the problems we have.
Now, I knew this shit was gonna happen, right? And as y'all just got to see before the episode started, the video of sellout coon Mark Lamont Hill. This is why women in America will never have the footing that men have, right? They want to be equal, but they don't want to ever take accountability. Now, the Freaknik documentary was just showcasing Freaknik, right, as a historical documentary. That's all it was. But a lot of bitches came up out of the woodwork because they felt some type of way, and they noticed the lewd and lascivious shit they was doing back 28, 29 years ago. So, you know, they're getting on social media making these videos about they hope they ain't in the video, and they hope they wasn't caught on camera doing some lewd shit. To which people started making memes and putting a little spin on it, putting videos out, just cracking fun on the aunties, right? A lot of these hoes is like early 40s, late 40s, even 50s, right? They got families, they got kids, they got grandchildren, so they passed that. But it says time heals all wounds and Jesus saves, but he can't save your monkey ass from footage, right? So a lot of these hoes was out on the social media copping a plea, hoping, praying to the Lord Jeebus that they wasn't in the videos, and people was making memes, as they should, right? But nobody was necessarily demonizing the women that were at Freaknik. But now they got this sellout nigga, and he's demonizing black men, right? Calling Freaknik a rape fest, even though he went. So, like, was you part of the rape fest, my nigga? Like, stupid shit. And he did go on to say that it wasn't everybody, and it was a small percentage of men that was like partaking in illicit activities and sexual assaults. But why does that always gotta be thrown in the melee? It's supposed to be Me Too 2.0. I see they gearing up for that shit, right? They trying to get somebody else in the crosshairs. And there was footage of Kanye West at Freaknik, but it's like, I kind of expect this from the white media. But I did tell y'all in a previous episode not to trust this nigga Mark Lamont Hill. He trying to get a job. This nigga's trying to get back on VH1, CNN, and any other major outlet. He could possibly, like, when you take a nigga out of the hood and you put him on TV and you get a taste of that fame. It's not even just black folks. People in general. You put them in front of that camera, they get a taste of that fame. They want to keep getting that shit. And some black folks, even at the detriment of other black people. Now, what this foolish ass nigga don't realize is that him demonizing black men at Freaknik while he was at Freaknik, inadvertently is demonizing him. See, this is the problem with these coons and these sellouts and these racial traitors. They say stupid shit, put their foot in their own mouth. They don't realize that they putting themselves in the crosshairs. I don't see how niggas don't get the correlation. And he a Philly nigga, so he know better. But I was made aware of this just recently, that white people have an equivalent of Freaknik. It's called the Sturges, right? And you can see right here, picture, hoes scantily clad, dressed. The men are known to do provocative shit with the women. I didn't even know about this shit. See how obscure this shit was? White people can keep this shit swept under the rug. You ain't got no white people putting the spotlight on this shit. But when it comes to black folks, like, it's always got to be some demonization of activities we partake in, right? Now, were there men sexually assaulting women at Freaknik? Possibly. Are there men in the world that sexually assault women just on a fucking Tuesday? Yes. Why that has to be outlined or highlighted is beyond me. I don't see what the correlation, like, why are you trying to link Freaknik with sexual assault or rape fest? What kind of stupid shit is that? They're not doing that with the Sturges. These white people have been going out there in North Dakota, parts of Carolinas, and been doing that shit since 1938. Now niggas have some shit. They ain't even around no more, right? Like, don't even get me started with the Girls Gone Wild spring break. That shit went from like 1997 and 2008. That nigga was selling videos for $9.99. Buy one, get one free. Nobody never said shit. Black people have the Freaknik from like what, 1989 to 1998? So about 10 years. And our shit get demonized 30 years later. Meanwhile, these motherfuckers been doing that shit since the 1930s. Here it is, the 2020s. So damn near 100 years, nobody never said shit. I knew this was coming for all the black people that's out there, men and women. Treat this shit like the sun. Don't look directly at it. Pay it no mind. And this nigga Mark Lamont Hill, pay him no mind too. He'll go the fuck away. I did have women in my comment section, so I'll address them. They were talking about the rapist men. That's not the highlight. I know a lot of cousins that went to Freaknik in 93, 94, 95. They wasn't out raping hoes. It started off as like basically Black Spring Break. Like I said, this also goes to show to the disloyalty of black women. Not all black women, but a good damn portion of them, because they'll jump on the bandwagon with this shit, right? They knew one bitch at spring break that got raped or sexually assaulted, or they got sexually assaulted. They want to make every motherfucker a sexual deviant. When these hoes was out there with their motherfucking butt cheeks spreaded. So, like, you need to take accountability to that. I'm not saying having your butt cheeks spreaded should get you sexually assaulted. Don't make it seem like the whole festivities was just sexual assault. It wasn't. And on top of all that, if the shit happened to you, right, you should have went to the authorities, reported it, and got Jamarquavius locked the fuck up. You didn't. It's 29, 30 years later. Let the shit go. It's over with, bitch. Stop trying to lump people that, like, it was a bunch of black men that went to Freaknik. They didn't partake in sexual assault. There was a lot of women that went to Freaknik. They didn't get sexually assaulted. What the fuck that got to do with the event is beyond me. Some people just need, and black folks in general, some of us just need to shut the fuck up. If it's not imperative or it's not like important or relevant to the topic at hand, you got Luke and you got Jermaine Dupri trying to put together a documentary. It ain't about sexual assault. This ain't no Me Too bandwagon. Soon they gonna put out some bullshit documentary surviving Freaknik. I don't see them putting out documentaries surviving Sturges. They always trying to demonize the black celebrities, right? R. Kelly, Trey Songz. I don't know, Trey Songz probably did that shit. But they ain't out here demonizing Joe Biden. He was grabbing pussy in 93. Matt Lauer was raping hoes on his desk at work on USA Today. So they can kiss my ass. All you sellout black bitches out there trying to ride a wave and trying to get some attention for some shit that possibly happened 30 years ago. Or didn't happen, or didn't even happen to your black ass, y'all can kiss my ass. For all the white people trying to demonize it, y'all can kiss my ass. And for Mark Lamont Hill, this nigga's a bitch ass nigga. Nobody's gonna pay this nigga. You're never gonna be back on television. Let it go. The best you can hope for is internet fame. Chill the fuck out trying to throw dirt on black men. Why you're a black man, I don't understand that shit. And you went to Freaknik, stupid asshole. This is what I'm talking about, though. Some niggas got a guilty conscience. He probably was out there sexually assaulting hoes. Anyways, if you like this episode, like, subscribe, share, tell all your friends, share on all social media platforms. And if you think I'm out of bounds or we need to focus on the rape culture of the Freaknik, then fuck your mother. No.